bushveld bees. We're here in the beautiful Winterskloof area, and we've got a small holding site here where we've got a couple of hives that are in 7-frame catch boxes that we are just having a checkup on, making sure that they're doing well. These hives we're trying to grow into big colonies that can go onto pollination units into farms later on this year. So we're making use of this lovely spring flow, and I'm here to show you how we're going to inspect this hive, okay, and what to look for. Right, so first thing we do is we smoke the hive in the entrance, and then we're going to open up. Jess is behind the camera today. Hello, Jess.
Hi, everyone.
Good. So this one, you can see, is doing pretty well. The bees are nice and active in there. Right, so I usually take out the frame that has the least activity on it, which is this one here, and just place it on the lid in front of the hive. Okay, that gives us space to work the frames without squashing any bees, because we don't want to be doing that at all. Right, so this one, this second frame on is, the bees are building a little bit, but not too much. So, and if we go on to the next one, there, look at that. Right, so the bees are building, and they've already started storing lovely pollen in here. This here, the bees hanging from one another, is what we call festooning. It's when the bees make scaffolding to allow them to build perfectly perpendicular. That's why it's so important to make sure your hive is on a level ground when the bees are building. Otherwise you'll end up with skew comb on the frame, which you don't want. Okay, so lovely. On this frame we've got a bit of nectar. Let me just move the girls away so you can see. Notice all the different colors. That's pollen over there. And then there's some nectar here. You can see the girls are trying to get their heads in there to have a good old drink from us smoking them. Good, so we can put that one back in. That looks nice and healthy, beautiful, lovely light comb, which has just been built. Wow, look at that. Fantastic. Lovely. There's the queen right there.
Where is she?
Notice how all the bees acknowledge her. Wow, she's actually busy being fed as well. Super, what an excellent find, hey? Second frame in, fantastic.
That is very cool. She's not running away either.
No, she's very friendly. She's being groomed. Look how the other bees are all cleaning her off. If they don't look after her well, she won't be able to produce eggs. So she's a very important part of this hive. Only one queen per hive, so very important that they look after her. Super duper. Right, so on the outer edge you can see the little bit of yellow. That is actually, that's capped brood. And then in the center over here, we're going to see if we can zoom in and see. But there's some very small larvae in there. You see the little whites there at the bottom of those cells. The little white, they look like worms in a circle. Perfect, yeah. Can I show you here with my finger? Over here. See that? Wonderful. Nice and shiny larva, excellent. And next to that there are some eggs as well.
There you go.
There you go. If you're battling to see the eggs, sometimes it helps to just put your hand behind to give a bit of a shadow. Right, I'm going to put the queenie back inside. We don't want to disturb her too much, but she's nice and calm. Today we've had only runaway queens.
Yeah,
hey? We haven't waited
they've been hiding.
Us. As soon as there's too many bees on the frame, just give it a bit of a puff of smoke, and just to move them away, and then you can bring the next frame out. Fantastic. Something that's very important is that you make sure that you're able to observe the eggs and the larvae well, and often that's quite difficult with lots of bees on the frame. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a technique I call the shake off. So you hold the frame nice and tight in either hand and place the frame halfway down into the hive, so that most of the bees, when you shake them, will fall into the hive. So we're going to give it one big shake like there's a spider on a towel. Alright, ready and shake. Great, now we can see perfectly. Okay, so now it's very easy to see the eggs along the bottom here and also the larva. Look at that, wow. Okay, great stuff. Alright, so we can see a very good laying pattern. The queen has been laying perfectly well, and literally every single cell that is open here has got something in it. There's even eggs right to the end here. If I place my hand in the back, you can actually see them very nicely there. Beautiful. That's a very important part of beekeeping, which a lot of people don't get to see, in fact, is being able to observe eggs correctly in the hive. So if we didn't see the queen, we would at least know that she's here and she's doing her job well. Okay, so that's super. This hive is looking fantastic. Remember, you're gonna look at every single frame in the hive as you go in. Another frame, lots of brood, and the bees are building out every little corner, which is super.
Why is there a hole?
It might have broken out, or maybe they've been using it as a pathway from one side of the hive to the other, one side of the frame. But they are busy building. You see how they're hanging there? They are busy building that out currently. So they'll fill in the gaps and make it absolutely perfect again. Alright, nice frame of bees again, all looking very healthy. This frame has been joined a little bit. If you have a look here, been joined a little bit to the outside frame of the hive. So I'm just going to use my hive tool in there to just give it a little bit of a loosen so that I don't break it off. Remember, the bees will try any frame that is loose, they'll try to stabilize using burr comb to something that's nice and sturdy, being obviously the outside of the box. This hive was actually a bee removal, so you can see this comb is a little bit uneven, and that's because, and it's old, it's dark and old, unlike any of the other comb in the hive. You can see where there's a definite line here where the comb, two pieces were joined inside here. Okay, so eventually this comb we will replace, but for now there's still brood in there, so we're going to leave that in the hive for the bees. Okay. Super duper. Right, so make sure you don't leave any leaves inside the hive as you're going. What I'm going to do now is, although I took out a blank frame from this end closest to the camera, I'm actually going to put that blank frame back in on this side, so that there's two blank frames on either side of the brood that the bees can build out and the queen can start laying. This hive is almost ready to move into a brood box, and once it goes into a brood box and it achieves up to 5 frames of brood in a spring flow, that'll be time for a super. So I hope you've learned something. Have a wonderful day. Keep being happy. Bye for now.